To say this is frustrating may be the greatest understatement of all times ever. I am very thoroughly annoyed. This is driving me crazy. It drives me crazy. No one else. It drives me crazy. And YouTube can suck my balls. So, for those of you who are back, welcome back. I really don't even know what to say about this. It's just completely annoying. And by the way, thanks to you who are coming back. It's very frustrating. No FYC, please. Oh, Fine Young Cannibals. I was like, FYC, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, Fine Young Cannibals. Yeah. Hey, you know who that is. FTG to, I don't know. I don't know if it's YouTube. I don't know if it's Streamlabs. I don't know. I'm going to try and hopefully figure this out by the end of the week. I might have to do another update. Sorry, I'm not looking at you because I'm resetting some of my settings as we go here. Because I don't know what it is. I wish I did. I really wish that I didn't have to mess around with this constantly. For whatever reason, and let me check. I'm going to check Trovo. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. I'll check Trovo and D Live, but I know that the last time I did this, same thing happened on Trovo. Same thing happened on D Live where the stream stopped. So it has something to do with my Streamlabs. And I noticed that because I don't use the Streamlabs chat function. You can put the chat on the side of your monitor over here. And every so often the thing blinks and that chat part of the monitor comes back up. And I'm like, I'm not using that. Why is that popping up? And it just does. So it has something to do with it either refreshing or popping in and out. I don't know. So hang on a second here. Let's see. Yeah, D Live's working just fine. YouTube's working just fine. And I'm assuming Trovo is. It logged me out of Trovo for some reason. There we go. If you're on any of those platforms. It's not just YouTube. I thought it was, it seems like it always happens when I'm talking about something that could be considered sensitive, I guess. It could be considered a sensitive topic, but and so that's just the old, conspiracy theory that people think of, but I don't know. Could need a router update. No, I'm not on possibly, but it's not I haven't had any other internet problems. Like I haven't had any problems receiving stuff. And I know that my my upload capacities have been just fine. Whoa, hang on. I got some stuff on here that's not I don't want going on here. I don't want. Hang on now as an echo because I don't want. Hang on now as an echo because I don't want. Hang on now as an echo because I don't want. Hang on now as an echo. Shut up. So I'm sure you're hearing that over and over, unless you're hearing that on Trovo. I don't know. Hang on a second. All right, looks good. All right. We're going to take it out on Susan anyway. No, don't do that. Don't even say that. You're because I don't want to be accused of advocating violence. Because you know how they are. They just, holy shit. But thanks for those of you who came back. I was just going to talk about a story here about the border. Amid a dramatic rise of migrant children and families arriving at the U.S.-Mexican border to seek asylum. That was the one I was on. Seeking asylum. No, most of them are just coming over here so they can come to America. They think the cities are paved with gold and whatnot. It's not an asylum. Now, I'm sure there's a few. I mean, they found that like 1 in 12 or less than that even qualified for asylum, the way asylum works around the world. So I don't know. Anyway, many are kept at outdoor intake sites and overcrowded detention facilities, aka cages, if you went back a few years, well past the 72-hour court-imposed limit. In fact, they're letting some people just go. They're not even bothering even giving them court dates. And I just found it fascinating that this AP Associated Press article's up here. AP needs to now this is now the Blue Anon people are not happy that we're even bringing this up. They want to tell you there's no crisis at the border, and it's Trump's fault that this crisis is happening, right? Now, and they come to an article that says AP needs to stop their hysteria of blaming Biden administration policies. It's now clear that these numbers are a result of seasonal trends and pent-up demand because of pandemic-related closures throughout 2020. Bullshit! This surge is bigger than any surge we've seen in years. Hello, Thomas Cleaver. Hello, Ryan himself. I don't know if you were here the last time. I think you just got here when the stream went to shit. Also, good. Hello, Midnight Exile, Mr. Yes, Snoopy. People I haven't said hi to yet. Evil One, Gen T. Holy smokes! A lot of you are coming back that I didn't even know we're here. Hello, Infamous One, Drayden's. Oh my goodness! Welcome back. I'm glad you're here. And they point to an article that's analysis. There's no migrant surge at the southern border. This is some bullshit. Oh my God, I can't believe. Let's see. I'm going to put that article up here too, just so you can. Now, this is going to be a Washington Post, so I'll have to do an archive. So copy, archive. Let's make sure this one. I'm sure this one's been archived already. Paste. There we go. Oh, it hasn't been archived yet? No one's archived that article. I'm shocked. I am shocked beyond belief. But the AP article too. Those will be in the tabs. But some insist there's no crisis at the border. No, they don't have over 117,000 expected unaccompanied children coming across the border. That's just normal to them. Holy shit. Here's one. Americans love tidy endings to their stories, but the coronavirus pandemic isn't offering them that. Lack of knowledge of when the pandemic will be over runs counter to the ways Americans have grown accustomed to consuming stories. Another AP story. Please stay afraid. Okay, stay afraid. That will be in the tab. Let's see how long nope, that's still loading. Let's see. Oh, here's one. So the Capitol siege, insurrection, whatever you want to call it, riot. This seems like a bit of a complication for these people. New federal prosecutors handling Capitol siege cases have reportedly acknowledged that some of the evidence they've offered in court turned out to be a lot less damning than they initially claimed, complicating efforts to bring more serious charges. Now, so I opened this article and read, this is a Reuters article. Prosecutors made some serious claims after the deadly U.S. Capitol attack. They're still using that term. Although we know that, well, never mind. Saying they had evidence rioters planned to kill elected officials. I'll probably get needed for that. Suggesting a Virginia man at the building received directives to gas lawmakers and accusing another suspect of directing mayhem on January 6th with encrypted messages. But The Justice Department has since acknowledged in court hearings that some of its evidence concerning the riot carried out by a mob of supporters of former President Donald Trump to try to overturn his election loss is less damning than initially indicated. Oh, do tell. The department suffered another blow this week when U.S. District Judge Amit Mehta threatened to impose a gag order on prosecutors after Michael Sherwin, its former head prosecutor on the capital cases, told CBS 60 Minutes program that evidence pointed towards sedition charges against some defendants. A charge of sedition, meaning incitement of a rebellion, has not been brought against any of the more than 400 people arrested to date. The most serious charges have been assault, conspiracy, and obstruction of Congress or law enforcement. Now, fascinating. If this were an incitement of a rebellion, how many people think they're going to overturn the government without weapons? I mean, the government has weapons. You know, the police are there and they have weapons and they can call the National Guards with weapons. But those people came there without, like, weapons. And I don't mean just, sticks and clubs and shit. I'm talking about weapons. You know what I mean? Anyway, prosecutors are in the early stages of building criminal cases ahead of the trial stemming from an attack that left 5 people dead. Did the attack leave 5 people dead? See, so 3 people died of natural causes, 2 heart attacks and someone else. By the way, one of those heart attacks happened before the building was even breached. But it happened that same day. So they, including a police officer, forced lawmakers to hide for their own safety and interrupted the formal congressional certification of President Joe Biden's election victory. And you know what? Those people should be charged and tried for whatever they did wrong based on whatever they did that they can prove. But missteps by the government could harm its credibility. Oh, surprise. Surprise. As accused ringleaders began asking courts to drop some of the most serious charges. They're trying to build the most horrendous cases they can because the public wants it, and this is politicizing criminal justice. You think? Said Gerald Lefcourt, who for decades has represented high-profile defendants in political demonstrations, including Black Panther leaders and the Chicago 7 trial figure Abby Hoffman. The Justice Department declined to comment, saying it cannot discuss ongoing cases. Well, of course they can't, unless they try it in the media, right? Like Michael Sherwin did. That's not a good idea, by the way. Judges really don't like that shit. Prosecutors are focused on investigating whether rioters conspired in advance. Sherwin established a task force on whether to bring seditious conspiracy charges. About 24 defendants are facing conspiracy charges, including 10 people accused of ties to the right-wing anti-government Oath Keepers militia. On January 19th, prosecutors said they believed Thomas Caldwell, a retired U.S. Navy officer from Virginia, had a, quote, leadership role, end quote, with the Oath Keepers. The FBI, in a criminal complaint, described Facebook messages Caldwell allegedly sent and received, quote, while at the Capitol, end quote, included one urging him to turn on the gas and tear up the floorboards. Quote, all members are in the tunnels under the Capitol. Seal them in. Turn on gas. It read. A prosecutor in Florida read those words aloud in February in a bid to convince a judge to detain 2 of Caldwell's co-defendants. Prosecutors now acknowledge that Caldwell was not even a dues-paying member of the Oath Keepers and that they lacked evidence he ever entered the Capitol. There are also questions about the Facebook messages. Caldwell's lawyer said in a March 10 court filing those messages were sent by two men who were more than 60 miles away at the time, and had no connection to Oath Keepers. The comments were apparently satirical, albeit tasteless, his lawyer said, and Caldwell never responded to them. Prosecutors have made no references to these Facebook messages in subsequent indictment and court filings because they probably look like asshats. The judge has since released Caldwell on his home detention, saying, quote, "There's no evidence here. I think is there. He said there. The judge said there's evidence here that I think is favorable to Mr. Caldwell. Caldwell has pleaded not guilty." In January, prosecutors in Arizona who were seeking to detain a man named Jacob Chansley, famously pictured inside the Capitol donning face paint and horns on his head, said they had strong evidence, including Chansley's own words and actions, that the intent of the Capitol rioters was to capture and assassinate elected officials. Yes. Yes. What's that guy's nickname in the media? They reversed course the next day because that guy's kind of a goof. In another case, prosecutors said in a March 1 court filing that Ethan Nordine, a member of the right-wing Proud Boys group, quote, dressed in all black, wearing a tactical vest, led the Proud Boys through the use of encrypted communications. Prosecutors subsequently acknowledged that Nordine's phone cell battery died on January 6th and was not functioning that day, the entire day. A judge denied a prosecution bid to jail Nordine, citing a dearth of evidence that he directed others to use or carry weapons. Prosecutors now making a third attempt to have him detained. Very Keaton-Stone Compish. Anyway, Michael Ferreira, a former federal prosecutor, now with the law firm of Kaplan, Heckler, and Fink, LLP, said while bail arguments do not require the same high standard of proof as criminal trials and can sometimes venture into hyperbole, some of the potential issues with the evidence in the Oath Keepers case could blunt prosecutors. More like prosecutors smoking blunts. If it turns out prosecutors misunderstood the meaning of certain text messages, that would not be a small error, Ferreira said. This could color the way the judge sees this case going forward. You think, and impact outcomes on everything from plea deals to motion to dismiss charges, Ferreira added. So, I didn't even know who to FTG on that one, but it gives me more confidence that the insurrection may not have been an insurrection. Anyway, all right. Let's see here. Finally. Now, this is Gamer Fleet. I got the article you sent me if you're still here. Hello, Asia Research Directorate. Nice to see you. There are mostly men in the Capitol. Are you looking for gay porn or straight? LOL. Yeah, I don't know where you went there, but you went there. Let's see. I'm going to skip that one. Here's an article in the Wall Street Journal, too. I'm going to just put the article up. I'm not going to get to it here. But just an article that's in the Wall Street Journal that says that herd immunity is near despite Fauci's denial. His estimate that it'll take 70% to 85% vaccination rate ignores those who've already had been infected. And also the lead here in the North is here. Dr. Anthony Fauci has been saying that the country needs to vaccinate 70 to 85% of the population to reach herd immunity from COVID-19. But he inexplicably ignores natural immunity. If you account for previous infections, herd immunity is likely close at hand. Data from the California Department of Public Health released earlier this month show that while only 8.7% of the state's population has ever tested positive for COVID-19, at least 38% of the population has antibodies against the novel coronavirus. Those numbers are from January 30th to February 20th. Adjusting for cases between now and then and accounting for the amount of time it takes for the body to make antibodies, we can estimate that as many as half of Californians have natural immunity today. The same report found that 45% of people in Los Angeles had COVID-19 antibodies. Again, the number can only be higher today. Between half and 2/3 of our population has antibodies in it now due to COVID exposure or vaccination, Mayor Eric Garcetti said Sunday on Face the Nation. That would explain why cases in Los Angeles are down 95% in the past 11 weeks, and the positivity rate among those tested is now 1.7%. Undercounting or removing the many Americans with natural immunity from a tally of herd immunity is a scientific error of omission. When people wonder why President Biden talks about limiting 4th of July gatherings, it's because his most prominent medical advisor has dismissed the contribution of natural immunity, artificially extending the timeline. So anyway, that's clearly a blind spot in the greatest medical mind in the history of the United States of America of all times ever. It never can be questioned or doubted. Dr. Anthony Fauci. FTG. All right. Let's see what else I got. I'm almost out of time here. Let's see. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle admit to falsehood in the Oprah interview. Say it. Is it so? I haven't even read this article, but we're gonna take a chance. 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 Take a chance on me. Take a chance on me. Apparently, I don't want to see hello, Candace. Candace got herself all beat up for that picture. Has anyone seen her show? Wait, use code Candace, get 25% off. 25% off of what? Oh, like a subscription to the Daily Wire? Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. Not that I don't. I like Daily Wire and the folks there, but I'm just not going to do it and get Candace off my screen. Apparently, okay, Prince Harry. Can we just go ahead and write the FTG now? I don't even know what this is going to say. Harry and... How does she spell her name? Meghan. Meghan. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle admitted Monday that they were not married in secret 3 days before their public ceremony, like they claimed during an interview with Oprah Winfrey. What? They lied? A spokesman for the couple told the Daily Beast on Monday that the couple exchanged personal vows a few days before their official legal wedding on May 19th. Prince Harry and Markle had claimed in a March 7th interview with Winfrey that they had actually married in a private garden ceremony days before the public ritual, a claim immediately questioned by the Anglican Church officials. See, because you're not supposed to do that in the Anglican Church. The ex-royal couple claims in a Sunday interview with Oprah Winfrey that they were actually married 3 days before their public wedding in a private ceremony attended only by themselves and the Archbishop of Canterbury. Experts say the couple either lied about the private ceremony or insisted it was illegitimate under Church of England law. You know the head of the Church of England is, right? Queen Elizabeth, she can do whatever. Anyway, never mind. Reverend Canon Files Fraser, the rector of St. Mary's Newington Church in London, asserted that Harry and Meghan's private ceremony was not a wedding. At most, it was a church blessing. It wasn't a wedding. It can't have been, Fraser told Insider. It was probably a blessing, but they got married legally at Windsor. Okay, this is also in the category of... Let's see, what's that? WGFF. WGFF. And see if you can figure out what that means. The first person to get it right gets the bell. WGFF. All right, let's see. Statement from... Oh, by the way, here's a statement from CNN. This is CNN. Here's a statement from CNN on Chris Cuomo getting special treatment from his brother. We generally do not get involved in the medical decisions of our employees. However, it's not surprising that in the earliest days of a once-in-a-century global pandemic, when Chris was showing symptoms and was concerned about possible spread, he turned to anyone he could for advice and assistance, as any human being would. Tyler, Mr. Yes! You get the bell. Oh, yes, you are correct. I think Lord Stanhope, you tried, but somehow your fingers got caught up in your keyboard. Yes, thank you, Mr. Yes. Of course, Advocatus Diaboli, congratulations. Somnambule Nation, congratulations. Lord Stanhope, I'm sorry that you got caught up in the keyboard there. And Chris Cuomo, we can just FTG to you too. Oh, I'm sorry, not Chris. There we go. FTG to Fredo. And someone else said that, yeah, but still, that doesn't mean that you can use government resources from your brother, the governor, and have police escorts taking your sample to the labs and having them, VIP treatment. F them, F CNN, and, Matt Dornick. Matt Dornick is the spokesman from CNN. There, FTG him too. And then finally, this article kind of from the Daily, what is this from? Daily Mail, the Daily Mail. Now, the Daily Mail, everything the Daily Mail puts out, I take with a grain of salt. They're very tabloidish and whatever, and they tend to do articles that don't look good for the left and kind of kid gloves with the right, but this article fascinates me. The city of Oakland mayor is branded a racist for giving families of color $500 a month if they earned under $59,000 with no rules on how they spend it, but offering poor white families nothing. This is weird. In fact, here's the tweet. It says, Oakland to give $500 checks to low-income families, but not if they're white. Where'd my button go? There we go.
That's racist!
This is amazing. So here, hang on, here it is. A program to give $500 monthly checks to low-income families of color in Oakland, California has been criticized for explicitly excluding the 10,000 white residents living in poverty in the city. The lottery said, what's her name, by the way? It's, what's her name? Libby Schaff. Let's go FTG. Oops. Oh no, what'd I do? Son of a bitch. Oh no, I didn't want that. Here, right here. There we go. FTG. There we go. FTG, Libby Schaff. Oakland needed the Raiders. I don't want notifications. The lottery system, funded by private philanthropies, will see the no strings attached checks go to households with an annual income of less than $59,000 if they have at least one child. The other half of the $500 checks will go to those earning under $30,000. According to data from an Oakland Equity Indicators report cited by officials to justify favoring people of color, white households earned about 3 times that of African American ones. What the fuck does that matter? The households that earn less than those thresholds don't. Holy shit. Anyway, the same report states around 8% of the city's white residents, approximately 10,000 people, live in poverty. Is this just a form of reparations? I don't know. Schaff told the Associated Press the reason for limiting eligibility for Black, Indigenous, and other people of color was that white households in Oakland make an average of about 3 times as much as Black households. Well, not those households. Mayor Schaff said, we have designated this demonstration project to add to the body of evidence and to begin this relentless campaign to adopt a guarantee income federally. No! There's you're not guaranteed shit unless you work for it. And I'm not talking about, anyway, I can't stop this what do they call that? Guaranteed something income that Andrew Yang was talking about. That's just stupid. Guaranteed basic income, something. That's stupid. There is no, oh my God. You're not guaranteed anything in life. Anyway. The announcement sparked an angry debate online as hundreds of commentators on Reddit were critical of the move. Well, if the commentators on Reddit were mad, you know something's messed up. One commenter labeled it pure racism. Is this even legal? Can a city government legally have a program that's only for certain races? Well, they've done it before. I don't know what. This is weird, though, to me. Unless there's a foundation that did this. UBI, thank you, Universal Basic Income. Stop that shit. That's just stupid. Your only universal basic income is if you go, plow the seed or hunt the bear or whatever you need to do to survive. Another explained the program failed to understand the changing demographics of the city. The high-income earners in Oakland are mostly young transplant that did not grow up in Oakland. They should have done research on upward social mobility in Oakland and restricted based upon that. But I guess that's too much work. Another wrote, poor is poor. Being poor and white sucks. You may not get locked up for trivial shit like our dark-skinned brothers and sisters, but it's no secret that white privilege always has and always will require a certain shade of green to your name. Look, God, how do you know you don't get locked up for trivial shit? You're saying no white homeless people or people on the streets get locked up for trivial shit? Is that what you... Are you saying a homeless person this is, I guess I'd have to get into the details of this, but I can't imagine how they came up with this idea. The group behind the scheme, Oakland Resilient Families, said the idea for race-based payments began in 2020 when Mayor Schaaf pledged to bring a guaranteed income pilot to Oakland. It states she was inspired in part by Stockton, California, which in 2019 started giving residents earning under $46,000 a year a monthly check for $500. Stockton's plan, launched under previous Mayor Michael Stubbs, has been widely praised as bringing greater economic prosperity to the city. What? How in God's name does giving $500 a month to people who make under $46,000 bring greater economic prosperity to the city? That makes no damn sense. That makes no sense at all. And identified as a potential blueprint for federal universal basic income. Okay, it said it planned to steer half the monthly checks towards Black, Indigenous people and people of color in East Oakland. What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, I'm gonna leave that open. That sounds stupid. Thank you, Selecta Boy. Oh, wait a minute. Well, yeah. Yeah, boy. And Ryan himself for both sponsoring the show for Lincoln. Ryan himself says, if taxation is theft and universal basic income is a human right, can us common folk reach some kind of agreement here? Right? And then Select Boy says, have those mayors in Oakland heard of a saying that goes, by the sweat of your brow, you shall eat bread? Well, apparently they have not. Thank you, gentlemen, for sponsoring the show. And on that crazy note, I gotta call it a day. I don't know what happened to the stream today. It's driving me nuts that I can't get through an hour and a half without my stream breaking down. This is the third time in a row. Thanks for the 35 plus of you who came back and said, hey, I still want to hear what the hell he was saying. I appreciate you greatly. Please hit the like button on this stream and the last one if you haven't done that one. Also, I do have a couple other articles up here that there's an article from Insider. There have been 103 mass shootings in the U.S. so far in 2021, and here's a full list. Now, this is a dubious list. However, fascinating that they say that there have been 103 mass shootings in the U.S. so far in 2021 by their metric, and yet we haven't heard of any of them until this one, the white guy shot up the massage parlors in Atlanta. Oh, white guy mass shooting, and then the guy in Boulder, Colorado, right, which they thought was a white guy at first, so it blew up. I don't hear a lot of people talking about that one anymore, though. Isn't that weird? They talked about the guy in Atlanta for a week and talking about Asian this and that, and Asian hate and whatnot. And I swear I'm looking through here. I mean, it's not in the Twitter things. I'm looking over here in the Twitter trends. I don't anything about Boulder anymore. No, not here, not here. They talked about the dude in Atlanta for a week, but this one they're not talking about. I can't figure it out. Why aren't they? Oh, wait a minute. I don't know. See, they don't care when black people die. They don't give a shit about black people. All these Black Lives Matter activists and have all this and whatnot, they don't care about black people, because in most of these mass shootings, black people died, and I don't even, the fact that they might have been killed by black people, that doesn't even while that's very I don't like that either. The fact that they don't care when black people die, unless it fits a particular narrative. I find that not only disturbing, I find it very sad that it's got to be political, or that it doesn't make the rounds through the Mockingbird media, and that's unfortunate. Now, I want to just something that's coming up here. I think I will stream this afternoon. It's possible. By the way, hit the like button before you go. And I want to something that Jeff Charles, who someone I follow, he writes for Red State, and he does some forums, some forum streams with some black people. He's a writer. Anyway, he started an interesting hashtag called "This is Black Culture," because I was watching his stream the other day, and he was making a good point. And I came across a kid down in Albany, Georgia, who I think is doing something really amazing, and I'm just going to leave it at that as far as what he's doing. But as far as helping young black boys and teach them how to be men, and starting a school and things like that, and I'll talk about that this afternoon. But the hashtag that Jeff Charles started, the hashtag "This is Black Culture," highlights some of the good things that that black people who are trying to help communities and try to grow and build things, and which we don't hear enough about. We always hear about the bad things. We hear about the, rap music and twerking and Cardi B and Meg the Stallion, and the fact that, the murder rates and shit like that. But we don't hear about the people who actually are trying to build something, that are actually trying to do something good. And so I'm going to talk about that hashtag a little bit this afternoon, and maybe even in the stream tomorrow. I want to try to get Jeff Charles to come on tomorrow if I can, but whether I can or not, I want to go through some of the things that he put in that hashtag that are really cool, really things that I wish we could help people aspire to, rather than just the negative shit, because we always hear about the negative shit, but we don't hear enough about the positive. And so that is what I'm going to be talking about this afternoon if I have an opportunity, and definitely tomorrow. So please tune in for that. Also, let's see, 25th. Is it what's the date here? I know it's the 25th, but I wanted to see how close are we to my birthday week. Do I got another 2 weeks? Today's the 25th, right? 24th, 25th? No, why is it? It's not the 25th, is it? Oh, that's June. That's why I looked the wrong month. 25th. Oh, yeah. Next week's birthday week. P-Dog's birthday week next week. Doing the birthday show a week from tomorrow, because my birthday is actually on Easter Sunday. So we'll do the birthday show then. I don't know what I'm going to do for birthday week. I will figure it out. I'll have new graphics up here and shit, but I don't know what else I'm going to do. We'll figure it out. But anyway, thank you for joining me today on the Morning Night Live. My show goes Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 1500 GMT for people in other parts of the world. And if you haven't done so already, hit the like button for this show and the last show if you haven't done it for that. If you're watching replays, put a comment in the comment section. Subscribe, hit the bell. You can donate through the stuff in the description down below. Thanks for those who sponsored the show today. Paul Farrell, Ryan himself, and Select a Boy. Oh, shoot, I turned that off. Never mind. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I greatly appreciate you being here. My name is P. Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Hey, this is P. Dawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the P. Dawg Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P. Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here.